Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Jamie. I'm doing my introduction to my YouTube channel. I am going to be hiking the Pacific Crest Trail in 2020. Yeah. So I wanted to put this together so my friends and family could follow along and see what I'm doing every day, kind of get an idea of, what I'm going through, make sure I'm still alive, things like that. So, but I'm leaving it open to everybody. Anybody who wants to come along, take a look, see what it's like. I think that'd be great. I mean, I'm not trying to monetize. I'm not trying to do Patreon or any of that stuff, at least not for this hike. There's enough to organize right now without having to get into all that stuff. But just wanted a chance for everybody to see what I'm doing, what I'm going through. Um, and basically, that's it. I'm going to be hiking the PCT and trying to see if I can make it through. A couple things that are going to be different about my channel. One, I'm a big dude. I'm like 330 pounds right now. I'm trying to get down to 300 at the start of the trail. And the other thing is I also have sleep apnea. So I actually have to take a portable CPAP with me. I haven't seen anybody try to do a through hike with that equipment. I don't know if people with sleep apnea have tried it and just kind of like, I'm not going to bring it. I'm just going to deal without. I know how important rest is on the trail, so I want to get the best rest I can while I'm out there. So I'm planning on bringing portable CPAP equipment with portable batteries. It's going to add a lot of weight to my bag, so I'm not trying to be an ultralight backpacker, but in order to carry all this CPAP gear, I kind of have to go the ultralight route. So that's going to be very interesting. I am prepared for the fact that there's going to be nights where I'm going to have no batteries left and I'm just going to have to sleep without it. That's reality. But I would like to be able to use it the majority of the time because, again, sleep is so important when you're attempting something this physical. I don't know if I'm going to make it through. We'll see. I've been backpacking for years. I've been camping for years. I have an idea of what's going on, but I've never attempted anything of this magnitude before. So I don't know if I'm even going to like it, to be honest. But I love being out in nature. Nature's kind of like my church. So when I'm out there, that's when I feel connected. Even though I'm out there by myself, which is a little weird, but I feel more connected to everything when I'm out there. So one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is because I am just completely disenfranchised with the corporate life in America. Had a good job, was making good money, and hated every minute of it. Basically because I just didn't like what it was turning me into. I didn't like the person I was becoming. Like, I just, I don't know I don't want to explain it because I don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining about the corporate environment because it doesn't matter where you work. It's just the way it is. But I just don't want to do that stuff anymore. I've always been in nature. I want to try to find something to do with my life that involves being outdoors, being in nature, having fun, enjoying my life. I'm 43 years old right now. If I keep going the way I'm going, I'm probably going to be dead by the time I'm 50, without a doubt. I mean, I'm overweight. I'm working on quitting smoking right now. I don't see myself making it very much further in the condition I'm in because you go to work, you drain your brain doing whatever it is you do in corporate life. You come home, you eat a crappy dinner, you sit in front of the TV, and you just veg out and you do the whole thing all over again. I got to change my life. So I'm doing a wholesale change. I quit my job. I'm cashing out my 401k, which is pretty stupid, but it's the only way I can afford to do this. And I'm just going to try to rebuild my life at 43. Call it a midlife crisis. Call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I just need to change. So that's why my channel is going to be called Hike to Change. I hope y'all follow along. And hopefully it turns out good. Hopefully I don't die, things like that. But we'll see what happens. I am doing 3 videos today. Just instead of making one long video, I'm going to chop it up into 3 shorter videos because the way YouTube is to start your channel, you have to have like 2 to 3 videos before you're searchable. So I'm going to try to just do a couple quick 3 little videos just to kind of get it up and running. But I want to give it a proper introduction and let everybody know who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish. This is going to sound odd. I don't actually care if I complete the whole through hike all the way through. 2650 would be great, and I'm going to try for that. But if I don't get there, kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm starting out very overweight. Got to carry CPAP, so I'm going to be a little bit weighed down. I've never done anything like this before, so I know what to expect on a day-to-day, I don't know what to expect over time, doing 2,600 miles, being in California for what, 3 to 4 months, like 3 months, 4 months. I am going to start out really slow. I'm going to listen to my body. I know everybody says at the beginning of their hikes and their videos, oh, I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to do it. And then they go out and try to burn 20-mile days from day one. Not doing that. If I only have to do a 10-mile day, an 8-mile day, a 4-mile day, that is what it is. I am not rushing to get to the Sierras. The Sierras is the one thing I want to see on this trail, but I'm also not silly about it. I'm not willing to put my life in imminent danger just to complete a through hike. But I do want to go through the Sierras really bad. So, I mean, it's beautiful up there. If you've ever seen any videos of it, it's just an amazing area. But I have an early start date because I wanted it to be a little bit cooler in the desert and hopefully a little bit more water. I'm a big dude. Everybody talks about like, oh, I'm just carrying X amount of water. I drink a lot of water when I'm doing this stuff, so I'm going to be carrying a lot of water on my back. Another one of those it is what it is kind of things. Fortunately, it looks like the first week or so, water's pretty okay, so I won't have to be killing myself, but I know there's longer stretches where I think there's one that's like 40 miles where there's no natural waters. They have some caches there, but if the cache is empty, you're kind of SOL. So I'm going to try to see what I can do. Like I said, the desert section, I'm not rushing. If it takes me 3 months to get to the Sierras, it is what it is. If I get to the Sierras and I decide that it ain't for me for going through the Sierras at that particular point in time, my skill level's not where it needs to be, or my weight or my ability level is not where it's supposed to be able to go through the Sierras, I'm skipping it. It's just that simple. I'm not going to risk my life for my first through hike. You know what I mean? I don't know. The Sierras is the part that I want to see the most, but it's also the part that scares me the most. I know there's other parts that are sketchy too, but the Sierras is just a constant, just beat your butt all the way through for a month. I don't know if I'll be at that level yet. I'm going to try like heck to get there, but we'll see what happens when I get there. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to rush through the desert. If it takes me 3 months to get through the desert, I got an early enough start date that'll put me there beginning mid-June, somewhere in that area. So not really rushing. And the PCTA did change the rules a little bit for skipping the Sierras. If you skip from what I understand, and I could be wrong about this, I've only read it over once real quick. If you skip the Sierras during your through hike, you have to apply for another permit to go back through the Sierras later on in the year, and there's no guarantee you're going to get it. So I can skip the Sierras, complete the whole rest of the trail, and then try to go back to the Sierras and not be able to do it. And I'm not knocking the PCTA. Their whole job is to protect the trail, and that's exactly what they're doing, so kudos to them. But it just kind of messes up what I was originally planning, because I was planning on just skipping the Sierras, hiking the rest of the trail, and then going back into the Sierras, which I'm sure a lot of people say, and they never do, but that was my plan of attack. I don't have that option as much anymore, so there's a good chance that I probably won't complete the whole trail. Even if I do the whole rest of the trail, there's a good chance I'm probably going to skip the Sierras because I'm going to get there too early. It'll probably be still extremely snow-covered, and I probably will not be able to get another permit to go back to do it this year. That's no big deal. I'll just go back another year and just do that section. I'm okay with that. At that point, I should be way more in shape and way more skilled. I've never actually snowed. I've never gone through deep snow before. I've never mountaineered before, so it's all new to me. I've never hiked at this kind of elevation. I'm an East Coast kid. I live just outside of Philadelphia. Our trails are not like the trails out west. You're up in major elevation, ridge walking and all that stuff, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this trail, because I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and go somewhere and see things that you just don't see where I live at. I really wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail my entire life. Well, not my entire life. Let me take that back. I wanted to hike the entire Appalachian Trail. I would say probably starting in my 20s. I was looking at it like, dude, that'd be so cool to do. And then in 2016 or 2017, I don't remember which, I went with a group and we went to the Shenandoahs, and we were doing the AT section through the Shenandoahs. It's supposed to be 60-something miles. Didn't know anything about backpacking at that point. Didn't know anything about backpacking gear. Was way overweight. I think my pack base weight was like 40 pounds or something something ridiculous. Like I had extra clothes that I didn't need, all this kind of stuff that I didn't need. And I ended up hurting my back on that trip. So I actually didn't even complete the whole 60. I think I did like somewhere between 20 and 30. I did like 3 days worth. I enjoyed it, but again, I just wasn't prepared for what I needed to do. The trip, the people I went on the trip with were great. They did try to cut my weight as much as possible, but at some points it's just one of those, it is what it is. This is what you're carrying. Good luck to you. You know, they kept trying to cut weight, and I'm like, no, I want to keep that. And it's like, okay, well, you're going to have a 40-pound pack. It's like, oh, that's not that bad. Then I did my first pointless up-down PUDs, did my first one, and I thought I was going to die. So learned that lesson real quick. So I really enjoyed doing it, even though I hurt my back. I ended up having to hitch down to the campground where the trip was supposed to end at, and I ended up just basically camping out for the remainder 3 days, which was still cool. It was a beautiful, beautiful campground. Loved it. But I wanted to do the actual hike. Funny little side note on that there was 4 of us that were in the group. So it was 2 trail leaders and 4 people who were actually hiking it. I was the only dude. There was 3 females, awesome ladies, tough as hell. I tapped out on the 3rd day because of my back, because basically if it had gotten any worse, they were probably going to carry me out, and I was like 317 at that point, so they weren't going to really carry me out. So I tapped out. One of the other ladies who had some really bad blisters on her feet, she ended up having tapped like an hour after I did. We ended up meeting up at a stop, and we ended up hitching together. Then the next day or day after, one of the other ladies quit. The one person who made it through was a lady in her 50s. Tough chick. She was awesome. She ran through that place, and she did her thing. Very proud of her. She was cool people. But I learned lessons on that trip, and I want to transfer them over to this trip. The other thing is that because I have that CPAP, I kind of feel tethered to home or any place with an electrical outlet, basically. You know, my sister's house, wherever I'm staying at. Even in campgrounds, I get an electric spot so I can plug in my CPAP. And I want to get out of that, because I think that's part of the problem why I'm not getting out and doing the things I want to do, is because I feel tethered to my home. The other cool thing is if I lose enough weight, I might not have to use a CPAP anymore, which would be amazing. And if I can get through half this trail and I lose enough weight, I don't have to use a CPAP anymore, I'm sending that joint home, and I am going to be cruising 5 to 6 pounds lighter. Like I can dump 5 to 6 pounds like that if I can just get out of this sleep apnea thing. So we're going to see what happens. So I hope y'all, subscribe if you want to. If you don't, it's cool. Check in and whatever. Like I said, I'm not trying to make money off of this. I'm just trying to kind of document, be able to watch it later for myself, so have my family be able to see it, friends see it. And if anybody else was interested to see what it's like to go through trying to do a long distance trail with a CPAP and all this other stuff and out of shape. I'm going to be training, but I'm still going to be out of shape no matter what when I get there. It's going to whoop my butt without a doubt. So please follow along. I would appreciate if you subscribe. But if you don't, you just want to check in once in a while, that's cool too. I'm not really sweating it. This end of it, this YouTube stuff is just more fun for me and to be able to document and share. So, I'm going to make, like I said, 3 videos today just to get my channel up and running. The next one, I'm probably going to do, influences and my plan of attack kind of videos, even though I talked about plan of attack kind of through this one, but all right, so I'm going to end this video. I'm going to try to get the other 2 and start getting them uploaded, and there's not going to be a lot of videos between, this is right now, it's beginning of January 5th. I'm not going to be doing a lot of videos in January because I still have a lot of gear to order. And I know that sounds stupid because I have an early start date, but again, I'm relying on my 401k money. And the other part of that is that I've tested a lot of gear out in the field already, so I know what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not. And I'm willing to take a risk on a ultralight system that I haven't really tested all the way through, even though I'm going to do a couple shakedown hikes and shakedown campouts, before I leave. I'm willing to take that risk. With gear that I haven't tested over like a year. It's fine. I kind of know what I'm doing with certain things. Certain things are going to be new to me. And we'll see what kind of adventures and kind of fun I get into. Hopefully like I said, hopefully I make it through and I don't die. And we'll see what happens. All right. Talk to everybody shortly. See you later.